What's up, guys? Chris over here at Cover 7. Hey, real quickly, guys, I just want to give a major shout out to everybody that's liked, commented, and subscribed to the channel. It's helped out a ton, guys. It's been a lot of fun this last month. I've met some really great people, and I truly thank you guys. I try to give the most unbiased opinion as I can. I'm a college football fan first and foremost. My favorite team happens to be Nebraska, which usually isn't worth talking about. So with that being said, guys, we'll jump into it. We got Florida going on the road here to A&M. Florida just a little over a touchdown dog here. The over-under set to 46. With that being said, what I like to do, if you guys are new to the channel or new to these videos, I like to talk about each team, go through some stats, some rankings, and then at the end, I kind of give my prediction or what I think may happen. So sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. We'll find out today. With that being said, Florida 2-3 on the year. Expectation levels were set super high to start the season. Hasn't happened so far. Why? I'm not a big Billy Napier guy. I'm just going to say that. Don't hate the guy. Just don't think he's a great coach. I've been saying that for years now. But he does find ways to win a couple games a year. He probably shouldn't. Last week, Texas. Florida played its best game, in my opinion, and that started with DJ Lagway, dude. This kid's expectations were super high. Arch Manning was one of those kids out of high school, super high, right? Dylan Raiola, my quarterback. Played okay last year at times, got banged up and hurt a lot. This year, really has struggled throwing the football, the accuracy, the turnovers, but played really well, and I thought he played his best game, in my opinion. He was 21 of 28 for 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and just 1 interception last week. Running back Jordan Ball, if you haven't seen this guy play, he's really good. He doesn't get talked about enough. I think a lot of that is because Florida's not winning, but he's a good back. He's got 400 yards on the ground, just north of 5 yards per carry, which is really good, to go along with 3 touchdowns on the year. The wide receiver room, Vernal Brown, Dallas Wilson, these are probably the 2 go-to guys here from what I've noticed. Wilson had a monster game against Texas last week. He had 2 touchdowns in that game, made him look foolish. He had 111 yards as well. So it was good to see the Florida offense pick up because it was looking really bad. Now, I don't know if that continues this week, dude. A&M has got a really good defense. They always do. It's improved from last year with Mike Elko being there. But we'll talk about them here in a minute. Look, defensively for the Gators, it's been really good this year. They got talent everywhere, and that's kind of been the thing with Florida, in my opinion. I grew up in the 90s. The Florida teams were ridiculous. Miami, Florida, Florida State. I mean, I remember watching all 3 of those teams growing up, predominantly because Nebraska usually had to play one of them in the national title or some big bowl game. Florida still is littered with talent to this day. It's crazy the amount of talent they have on that team, and that's why I expect them to be better than they have been as of late. Defensively, though, look, the ranks are pretty good here. 24th in total defense, 26th against the run, 49th against the pass, 89th in total sacks with 9 on the year. This is really good considering they are on the field, I swear, 80% of the game, honestly, because the offense has been so poor a majority of the year. When you got to keep sticking your defense back on the field, it just doesn't work well. It just doesn't. They get tired. I mean, eventually you can't hold up forever type of thing. So these numbers are actually pretty damn good considering the amount of time they've been on the field. So with that being said, let's talk about Texas A&M. And I will say this. I'm a little biased towards A&M this year. Why? I actually put a small amount on them to win the Natty in the SEC this year. They are 5-0, which is super cool to see. You may ask, why did I do that? I know A&M is not a team that you just pencil in the playoffs, right? It's been a long time since they've really played for anything super important. If you guys remember last year, they were 1 win away against Texas from making the SEC title game. But I'm just a big believer in Mike Elko. I like what he does. I think this roster is put together pretty well. And, last week they beat the hell out of Mississippi State, especially in the second half. And their defense is just really good. I'll give their stats here in a minute. We'll go through the offense, though. I'm getting ahead of myself. But Marcel Reed, I like this kid. When I saw him play last year, and I think it was Connor Weigman that went down, who's now Houston's quarterback. I really like this kid. He was pretty highly touted out of high school. I didn't know so much about his arm talent, but boy, he can run, make some plays with his feet. Got a little Jalen Milroe in him, if you will. But he needs to work on the accuracy, and I think that's continuing to improve, right? He's got 1,200 yards passing on the year, only a 59.7% completion rate, which was what I was alluding to there. He's got 11 touchdowns, though, and 3 interceptions. Like I said, the guy is uber athletic, though, and can make some plays. He's also got 150 yards on the ground and 2 scores. Running back Le'Veon Moss, this kid is no joke. If you guys remember him from last year, he was really good up until when he got hurt. He's got 343 yards to go along with 5 touchdowns on the ground. Reuben Owens, not a bad number 2 here, kind of 1A, 1B type of deal. Pretty impressive as well. He is averaging, guys, over 7 yards per carry. That's really good in college football, especially in today's age. Wide receiver, Mario Craver, and I always pronounce this guy's name wrong. Is it KC Concepcion? I don't know how to say his last name. I know he played at NC State. He's a damn good receiver. Let me know down in the comments how bad I murdered that. But these are the top 2 targets for Reed in this offense. Between the two, they have almost 1,000 yards. They also got 9 touchdowns combined. Pretty good pair there. Defensively, where I was going with this, Mike Elko, this is where he hangs his hat. It's much more improved this year from last year. You can take a look at the ranks here. They're 21st in total defense, 32nd against the run, 32nd against the pass. They are incredibly good at getting to the quarterback, which is huge. They got 18 sacks on the year, which is 6th best in the nation. As far as my thoughts on this game, guys, look, I'm going to, not that I'm a Florida fan, and I'm really not an A&M fan here. There's potential for Florida to win this game, but they would have to play, I think, better than what they did last week at the Swamp, even against Texas. A&M to me is hot right now, and that defense is really, really good. Kyle Field is no easy place to play, the home of the 12th man, all that stuff. I think they're going to be rearing to go here, A&M is. So I just can't put enough faith in Lagway here in that Florida offense another week to think that they can pull this upset off. Now, they can. I'm not saying that maybe they light it up through the air again, but I would be shocked. I actually feel like A&M's got one of the best defenses in the country, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I just see this being kind of a letdown spot for Florida after the big win, right? So give me A&M here. I think this is going to be a closer game than maybe some people expect. I think it's also going to be super low scoring considering how good these defenses both are. I got A&M around 24, Florida around 14, but give me A&M with the better team here, being the better team, with the better coach. I think Marcel Reed will make a couple big plays here with his legs as well. So with that being said, guys, I got a couple more videos I'm coming out with this week. I appreciate the support again. And until then, guys, we'll see you next time.